Hello everyone, it's Annie and I am back with my 10th Sapphic Reading vlog. Very exciting. This is the second Sapphic Reading vlog that I'm doing for the Asian and Asian American and Pacific Islanders Heritage Month, so all of these books will be written by Asian authors, and I am super excited because the first book I will be reading is Light from Uncommon Stars by Ryka Aoki, and this is a 5-star prediction for me, so much so that my friends got me this copy of it. The cover is so beautiful and it just sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It incorporates sci-fi with music and donut shops and soul-stealing demons. Yeah, the plot is kind of convoluted, but it sounds really fun, and it's been compared to like cozy sci-fis like Becky Chambers, so I'm really hoping that I like this. This is going to be the first book I dive into. And then I will be reading Tara Sim's adult debut, which is City of Dusk. Now, this is not something I probably would have picked up if I didn't like Tara Sim. You know, like if I saw this book and it was just from an author that I didn't know about, I would not pick it up. But because I loved Tara Sim's Timekeeper trilogy, which is her YA trilogy, I'm going to try it because I haven't read from her in a long time and I really like Timekeeper so much that I'm going to try her adult dark epic fantasy. It also sounds like it's really complicated. It is very long. The audiobook is over 25 hours and it has so many points of views that I don't even know what's going on. So it seems like there are a bunch of different realms and magic and shadows and gods. I don't know. So we'll see about that. And then I'm going to be picking up Nghi Vo's newest release, Siren Queen, which I am really excited about, but a tiny bit apprehensive because while I love her novellas, I did not love The Chosen and the Beautiful, which this book seems like it might be in the same kind of vein of. So this is about a Chinese American girl in the 1930s who wants to become like a Hollywood starlet. And it deals with race and racism in that time, but also there seems to be some weird kind of magic involved, which is what I did not like about The Chosen and the Beautiful. So we'll see. I hope that I like this better. So like I said, I'm going to start with Light from Uncommon Stars, and let's go. Hello, I'm here with the 50% update for Light from Uncommon Stars. I am here, I'm about to go to my job, my new job. I'm working as a library aide, which is very exciting. I get to shelve books and stuff, and it's very exciting, my first library job. So yeah, anyway, Light from Uncommon Stars. I am not a huge fan of it, which I almost don't even want to say that because I had hyped it up so much to myself. It was a 5-star prediction for me. Like, I have a physical copy of it because I had talked about it so much and my friends gifted it to me. Like, I like parts of it. I think that I really did not like the beginning. It fell kind of flat for me and it just didn't bring me into the story as much as I wanted it to. There are a lot of content warnings that I was not aware of before I started. So I really wish that the content warnings had just been in the beginning of the book. Like, it's really not that hard. Publishers just put them in the beginning of the book, but I guess I should have looked them up before I started reading. So yeah, there's a lot of abuse, a lot of dead naming, transphobia just all around, and it just does not stop. So that's kind of difficult to read, but I totally understand why. Like, I love the characters, Shizuka, Katrina, and La. I really like them. I think that something that the book does, which I think is a problem for me specifically because I'm reading mostly on audio, even though I have a physical copy, I might switch over to reading physically because the book switches over
scenes and point of views like extremely quickly with no rhyme or reason, like in the middle of chapters, multiple times a chapter for like no, like, and you don't see it coming. So that is kind of jarring when I'm listening to it because I can't see the page breaks. So I think I'm going to switch over to physical for the next half of the book. But yeah, I do really like the characters. I am really interested to see the ending because I don't know how all of these different storylines and characters are going to fit together. The main characters are Shizuka, who is a violin teacher who has her students, and she sacrifices their soul to this demon, basically, that she made a deal with a long time ago. And Katrina is her newest student and the last soul that she needs. So Katrina is a trans woman who just ran away from home, and she meets Shizuka in a random park somewhere, and she is a violinist and she's really good. So Shizuka kind of takes her up as her new student. But Shizuka also meets this woman named Lan, who is actually an alien, and she's like this intergalactic captain who came to Earth trying to escape something like galactic warfare or something, and she also has 4 kids. I don't really see the connection between the two storylines so far, but I'll be back to update you soon. It is a very weird book, very different from anything I've ever read. So right now, without knowing the ending, I would rate it a 3.5. So we'll see if that gets better or worse at the end.
Hello, so I'm here with my final thoughts on Light from Uncommon Stars. I am so sad about this because I was really disappointed in it. I'm so sad. I wanted to like this book so much, like I said. I gave it a chance. I really tried to see the good in it, and I did like a lot of it, but in the end, just the different storylines, the storyline with the violin student Katrina and her teacher Shizuka Satomi was one timeline, and then there was another one with Shizuka Satomi and this interstellar captain who comes to Earth and owns a donut shop, and they didn't jive together for me. They did not mesh together well. The ending was fine. I've seen some people complain about it, but I didn't really have a problem with how the book ended. It just felt like I could have gone through life happily without ever reading this book, so I'm going to rate it a 3 or a 3.5. I do really think that the best part of this book was Katrina's character, and just the exploration of her being transgender and also a famous violinist, and like how that her identity can sometimes overshadow her talent in the world that we live in. So I really enjoyed that commentary and Katrina's character overall. Shizuka Satomi's timeline I didn't really care about, and neither did I care about Lan, the interstellar captain. They had a little romance, but it wasn't really developed as much as I would have liked. So yeah, I'm trying to keep this vlog high energy, but I was so disappointed in this book. If you are a fan of music, if you play an instrument, if you like classical music, you will probably love this book, but I'm not. I have never played an instrument and I don't care to, so I guess this book was not really meant for me as an audience. So yeah, it was just a little disappointing because I thought this was going to be a 5-star read for me. But I'm going to now start Nghi Vo's new release, The Siren Queen. I am a little bit apprehensive about this because I really like Nghi Vo's novellas, the Into the Riverlands series. I love them. They're some of my favorite books, but I really did not like Chosen and the Beautiful at all. So we'll see what happens with this one. Hello, so I'm here with actually the first and final update for Siren Queen because it was quite short and I finished it. I had an audiobook of it, an ALC actually from NetGalley, so I finished it all yesterday. Another disappointing book for this vlog. I really hope that the next one I read in this vlog is better. This was another 3-star read. I have decided I'm going to stick with Nghi Vo's just purely fantasy works because her fantasy / historical fiction works just don't work for me at all. It just completely takes me out of the story, the magic. The premise of this is that there is a girl who is a first-generation American from Chinese immigrant parents, and she's living in Los Angeles, and she wants to become a movie star, and this is in the 30s, I think, or the 20s, and she becomes a movie star, and it would have been so good. Like, it would have been the next Evelyn Hugo level hyped book. I really think so, if it didn't have this weird magic thrown in. Like, it just didn't make sense. It wasn't developed. Every time something magical was mentioned, it really took me out of the story and just made me wonder, like, why is she doing this? Because it would have been so good if it was just a historical fiction about a Chinese American girl in the 30s trying to become a star, and also while being a lesbian at the same time and dealing with all of these hardships, because there were some really interesting storylines and plots going on. I really loved the main character herself. She had a really headstrong personality. She was called cold as the Atlantic, and she was really she knew how to get her way and how to play the game, and she was really cool. But the magic, the same way as it did in Chosen and the Beautiful, Nghi Vo's other adult historical fiction / fantasy work, it just didn't work, and I'm really sad about it. So yeah, I mean, Nghi Vo is still one of my favorite authors. She is such a great writer, such great prose, beautiful writing all throughout the book, by the way. But yeah, the balance between fantasy and historical fiction just wasn't there for me. So that was very disappointing. But next, I'm going to read Tara Sim's new release. This is her adult debut. It's called City of Dusk. It is very long. The audiobook is around 25 hours. But it is sapphic, and I've heard that there are a ton of POVs, which I don't know how I'm gonna react to, but I'll be back to show you soon.
in my car again, waiting to go into work. I am 43% through with the audiobook of Tara Sims' City of Dusk. I gotta be honest, I have no idea what's going on, but it's fun. It's fun. I don't dislike it, I'm just confused. There are a ton of characters. So many. I'm getting a little confused with all of them. It seems like there are 4 houses in this world and different realms, and each house is like devoted to a different god, and the heads of these houses are descendants of the gods. There are 2 main characters that I actually know their story of what's going on and actually remember their names. There's Tasia and Angelica. Angelica is my favorite. She's also the Sapphic one, which is a great coincidence. I really like her. But there are these gods, and then there's also elemental magic, like Avatar: The Last Airbender style. Angelica has this thing going on where she can only use her elements through the use of like instruments as conduits for her power, which is like a big no-no apparently because it makes her weak, which is a really interesting storyline. And there's also, on top of that, necromancy and conjuring that kind of gives me Fullmetal Alchemist vibes, just a tiny bit. It's not alchemy, but it's like a cool concept, kind of similar. I think that there's way too much going on in this book, but it is fun. So like I said, I'm only 43% of the way through. It is really long though, like I mentioned. So I will check back. I am liking it so far though, so that's good. Hello, I am here waiting outside work once again. I got myself a falafel wrap for dinner because I'm working a long shift tonight. So let me put this down and tell you about my thoughts on City of Dusk. Now, I know that this vlog has not been super successful so far, and that trend has kind of continued, but I like this book the best out of all of them that I've read for this vlog. I am giving it 3.75, 3.5 maybe. I'm really not sure. It was way too long. Like, there were so many things that could have been cut out. I kind of predicted like the little twist at the end. This is a trilogy, I think. It's going to be a trilogy. I'm not going to continue it. It's not worth it. But it was fun. It was definitely entertaining. If you're more of a epic fantasy, high fantasy person than I am, you would probably really like it. I do like some epic fantasies or high fantasy books, but this one just had too many things going on for me. Like I had mentioned before, there's elemental magic, there's necromancy, there's shadow magic, there's demons, there's gods, there's different realms, and it was very, very complicated. I've heard people say that if you like D&D, the realms are kind of based off of it, and so you might enjoy that. I have only played D&D like a couple times and it's not really my thing, so yeah. I do enjoy Tara Sims' writing. I really liked her young adult fantasy series called Timekeeper. I don't think this was just it was not my favorite subject matter. Like, there was nothing inherently wrong with the book except for the fact that it was a little too long. But I think a lot of people like really long fantasy books, so like I feel like that's also kind of just my personal taste maybe. So yeah, there was nothing inherently wrong with it. I do really like the character of Angelica. There were some characters that I just never really got around to caring about. And there is a couple that are probably going to get together in the next few books, but like I said, I'm not going to continue unless they end up being like everyone raving about them 5-star books. But yeah, so all in all, not horrible. That's good. I am very tired today. I recently reached 110,000 words in my work in progress novel, actually, so that's a very exciting milestone. I don't know what I'm going to do for it, but I really want to finish my manuscript within the next few days. Someone just walked by. I really want to finish my manuscript within the next few days, so I've been working on that nonstop. And I really don't have time to write today, but when I get home at night, I might try to. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I am so sorry that these books were not the best, but my other vlog for the Asian American Heritage Month, the other Sapphic reading vlog for that, where I read books like Dauntless and The Jasmine Throne, I really liked those books, so you can check out that vlog to see me happier with what I read and to get some good recommendations. So thank you so much for watching this vlog. I really enjoyed reading these and reviewing them for you, even though some of them were disappointments. I still had fun. So thank you so much, and if you liked, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!